Let's talk about the value for the buyer. And the mindset of the buyer going in is that, why is it worth it? It's worth it because I'm generally going to get a discount on a home. Now, that discount can be extended from 15 to 20, 25%. That's where a buyer coming in can get great value long-term, make it up, rehab it themselves, and live in it and have, I call it, a great, long-term value. Preparation. It is a paperwork process. Okay, so it's laden with paperwork. There are some key things that always happen. They want tax returns. Okay, might as well have them done and updated. They want bank statements, and they want generally the last 2 months of bank statements. They want pay stubs, the last 2 months of pay stubs. So the bank is becoming better at, I call, having the right interpreters, having the right staff, being able to initiate calls to people when things are not done on time versus just canceling it. They're becoming more patient, I call them more full of grace in the process. Probably the most significant issue that we find a lot of sellers having challenges with is what's called a financial statement. And it's basically your assets and your liabilities, and it comes down the bottom, your positive and negative. And the banks really won't move without some kind of understanding of what that is. The delays are for a number of reasons. And then when we coach our sellers to prepare for a short sale, we want them to think like the best seller in the world, which is, so make it easy to sell. The second part is that the short sale is dependent on the seller's information going to the bank. So the more difficult the seller makes it to give the information and get it to the negotiator, the longer the process can take. The third part is that frequently the bank will, what we call, ask for updates every 90 days. And so they will ask for new information. Fourth step that makes it a little bit challenging is that the negotiators at the bank are overworked. They may have 200-300 folders of what we hear. It's such that if there's one thing missing, they don't spend time working with it. They trash the whole folder, say, we don't have a record of it anymore, send a new file in. Things are happening in the marketplace where the inventory that would normally be available, which are going to be foreclosures and things of that nature, is not being released. The result is that we now have fewer short sales, fewer traditional sales, and we've got a tight market. We have basically taken a part of our market share and just call it what we call distressed market. Distress can relate to an accident, a divorce, an illness, a job loss, any of those areas. And we specialize in a portion of the market called distress. And we feel like we have an empathy and an understanding of the process to get a lot of the people who are in distress through this process. So we now, I call, specialize in the interview, really defining with the seller where they are, what's going on, and what they need to do. I have a much greater working relationship with my short sale attorney specialist, who has staff that can better take the time to work with the bank. But that small change right there allows us to be probably 5 times more efficient than we were in the past.
Well, Patrick, I just wanted to thank you for sharing your knowledge of short sales. I would imagine that if someone's beginning to walk through this process, they may want to get in touch with you.
They can get a hold of me at patrickrutledge.com, or they can call me directly at 240-832-4460.